Something like I can't. Ready? All right. Ring the gavel. Thank you, Sheriff. We, we gave our sheriff a badge, and he takes.
We gave him a big badge. He had one before.
A big badge. He's the big badge. Now he wanted to come up and see what it was like to open our weekly Board of Marion County Commissioners. It is Wednesday, April 17, 2024. It is 9 a.m. We're here in the Senator Hearing Room. And as always, we start with the Pledge of Allegiance, if you'll join us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, would you allow me to make a motion to amend our agenda?
I would love you to do that. Thank you.
Great. I make a motion to add an item to the consent agenda under Public Works. Approve the incoming funds grant agreement with the Oregon Department of Emergency Management for Hazard Mitigation Grant Program funds in the amount of $252,630 for the City of Jefferson Fire District Generator Project.
All right, I'll second that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's added to our consent agenda. Okay, we have Noni signed up for public comment.
Meaning none.
None.
I know people are looking around.
You know, all my Kevinisms.
I do.
Commissioner's ballroom instead of the boardroom. Yeah. I don't know what.
One of these days I'm going to expect you to break out and dance.
Yeah, I would do that. Well, if the sheriff can use the gavel, I can probably get on my feet.
Well.
Okay. Our first item today is a proclamation in the matter of designating the week of April 21st through the 27th, 2024 as Volunteer Week in Marion County. And we have a few people that are going to come up and give us a presentation.
While they're on their way, I totally feel like Public Works set me up for failure with this sticker. I 100% cannot get it to separate. And I'm on camera trying to figure it out, so just saying. Ah, there we go. Oh, I like to put them on my water bottle. Okay. And it's green.
Good morning, Sherry.
Oh,
Welcome.
Well, good morning. Good morning, Chair Cameron, Commissioner Bethel. Glad to be here this morning. For the record, I'm Sherry Lintner. I'm the Volunteer Services Coordinator for Marion County in Human Resources. And today I am representing, as usual, I consider myself here representing not just the over 1,300 volunteers that come on board and help us here at the county every year, but also we have about 90 county staff who work with those volunteers in some capacity. And so really the work that comes out of my office and our efforts really are to support those efforts, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for again considering the proclamation. National Volunteer Week offers us a really unique opportunity just to highlight our volunteers and to kind of shine a light on their work, but also what inspires them to come forward and volunteer. So as you know, you've heard me talk about it before, the volunteers really help the county in so many ways, and we have a lot of challenges, and they often can come help us meet those challenges. I'm going to be here next week with the annual report, and I'm going to talk in a lot more detail about what happened in 2023. Lots of great activities. But today, I want to really lend a lot of time to our guests, and so I wanted to highlight just one of the county programs. And so with us today are a couple of folks from the cadet program, which is a program at the sheriff's office. And I'm going to read because I don't want to mess it up. But really what the cadet unit does is it helps young leaders and it enhances their education, their knowledge of law enforcement, and just responsibility, teamwork, and leadership in general. So that program involves young people ages 14 and a half to 21 years of age. They complete the Sheriff's Office Academy, and then they work alongside sworn officers, and they learn just in general about the criminal justice system. They learn about crime prevention, record keeping, radio communications, traffic and event control, and officer safety. And really the purpose is to prepare those young people for a potential future in law enforcement. And so with that, we have today Acting Sergeant Schwab, and then we have Cadet Dominic Peters. And I'm going to let them kind of introduce themselves and then just say a couple of words about why they're involved in the program or the meaning that they found in the program. And with that, I'll let them
Great.
introduce
Thank you, Sherry.
themselves.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Jeremy Schwab, as Sherry said.
You pull that microphone way up close.
Yep.
Thanks, Jeremy.
No problem. So I've been deputy for the sheriff's office for going on 16 years now. In the early 2000s, I was actually a cadet with the sheriff's office, is how I got my start. I'm a huge advocate in the community for several different nonprofit. So volunteering is one of my things that I do in the community. But now I have the opportunity to actually supervise the cadet program. So Dominic is actually our newest cadet as of just a couple of weeks, so I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, I'm Dominic Peters. I'm just a new Marion County cadet. I grew up in Jervis, Oregon. I'm homeschooled, and I just wanted to become a cadet so I can have a little bit of an entry level and see what it would be like to be in this like line of work for the future.
Great, we're glad you're here.
Thank you.
So Dominique, what are you, how long have you been a cadet? When did you sign up?
I believe that I signed up about a month ago, and then I passed all the stages, and so about like 2 or 3 weeks now.
Okay. What are some things that you're looking forward to doing this summer?
I really enjoy the ride-alongs that we get to go on with deputies. That has been really fun. And then also some of the volunteer events that we get to go on. There's one at Shemeketa that we get to go on, and I'm really looking forward to it because I do a dual credit high school program for them.
Oh, good. So are you going to do a ride-along with the Marine Patrol?
Say yes.
Yes, I really would like to. Just have to talk to.
You can probably come by and harass a couple of commissioners on the lake when you do a ride-along. Yeah.
Those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, great. I'm glad to have you on board, and it'll be a good, how do I want to say this, opening of a door for your future. Good experience, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the cadet program, aside from the fact that it serves a great need in our community through customer service and interaction, I think it brings a different, fresh perspective, having youth participating in law enforcement in the age that we exist in currently and all the negative things across the country around law enforcement. Youth are, in today's society, very vocal and expressive, and I hope that you use those skills that you've been taught in your generation to share with the greater whole that the cops that we have here in Marion County are full of integrity and want you to succeed, and it will invest in you. Have you had a chance to go on a ride along with Sergeant Olson yet?
Not yet, no.
Well, tie your shoes tight. Your shoelaces tight when you do, because that guy always seems to be in some kind of chaos, always on the move. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Glad Jervis is represented in the sheriff's office.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's cool. Yeah. All right, Sherry.
Okay, well, with that, I really recommend that you sign the proclamation
Okay.
that designates April 21st through 27, 2024 as National Volunteer Week here in Marion County.
All right. Commissioner Willis, would you like to make that motion?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I move that we designate the week of April 21st through 27th, 2024 as Volunteer Week in Marion County.
I second the motion.
In a motion and a second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, and if you can start us off in reading the proclamation.
This matter came before the Board of Commissioners at its regularly scheduled meeting, public meeting on April 17th, 2024. Whereas the entire community can inspire, equip, and mobilize people to take action that change the county. And whereas during this week, all over the nation, service projects will be performed and volunteers recognized for their commitment to service. And whereas volunteers in Marion County have undertaken responsibilities that promote the general welfare of the county, and
Whereas, in providing these services, volunteers have demonstrated a spirit of personal concern and wholehearted willingness to help others. And whereas individuals and communities are at the center of social change, discovering their power to make a difference. And whereas experience teaches us that government by itself cannot solve all our social problems. And
Whereas our county's volunteer force of citizens is a great treasure. And whereas these volunteers ask nothing more than the satisfaction of a job well done. And whereas these individuals are most deserving of appreciation and thanks, now therefore we, the Marion County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim April 21st through the 27th, 2024 as Volunteer Week in Marion County, and urge our fellow citizens to volunteer in their respective communities. Dated at Salem, Oregon, the 17th day of April 2024. All right,
ready for a picture?
come down and get a picture and I got a tour of the Tulip Festival this afternoon, that's why I kind of like casual.
Good for you.
I'm gonna stand,
So is it Dominic?
stand in between you guys.
I like they're saying it like it's not that. All right.
Sarge. Are you getting ready? This other one's gonna go.
Smile.
3, 2, 1. Thank you.
All right, good luck. Thank you.
Who's this other one? You can give this to the, you met the sheriff yet?
For Sherry.
Huh? We'll go over there and shake his hand and see what he Okay. I guess that was supposed to go to Sherry. Did you get one of those? Okay. I knew that was supposed to go someplace. All right. That's a good one. All right. Our next proclamation is to consider, under Public Works, consider approval of proclaiming, proclamation designating April 22nd, 2024 as Earth Day in Marion County. Every day is Earth Day, right? Yeah. Okay, welcome. Brian, are you kicking us off?
I will.
I'm
Thank you.
with Commissioner Bethel, though. I don't know how to get the sticker off, and I put it on my beat-up bottle that I've had since 2015.
We'll do a little tutorial later
All
after
right,
board
thank
session
you.
for everybody. So good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Brian May, Environmental Services Division Manager out at Public Works. And with me, I have
Rachel Van Wert, Marion County Public Works.
Nancy Gordon, Marion County Public Works.
And as mentioned, we're here to be really excited about the fact that we're bringing a proclamation forward for Earth Day for April 22nd, 2024 here in Marion County. The first Earth Day was celebrated April 22nd of 1970. The goal was to inspire the appreciation of the nation's natural resources. The principles of the first Earth Day, now almost 54 years ago, was to create environmental awareness and action, inspire scientific discoveries and progress, and ensure that environment was recognized more on a national level than just a local level. The Marion County Environmental Services team, which is here with you today, has been working very hard to engage with our community in more of a month-long, as Commissioner mentioned, in Earth Day is an everyday event. But we've set up a campaign for a month-long to basically illustrate waste reduction, improve our water quality, and highlight our Marion County parks. That's all of what's comprised with environmental services. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Rachel and team to discuss kind of what we have planned for this year's event out at Spong's Landing.
All right. Thank you and good morning, and thank you for having us. As Commissioner Cameron said, yes, every day is Earth Day. For us, though, tying into the national movement on the 22nd is important. We, though, feel that the proclamation every year here with the Board of Commissioners kind of kicks off our event. And this year, it will be at Spong's Landing Park on Friday, April 26th, from 3 to 7. We look at this as an opportunity for us to showcase our water, waste, and parks divisions. It is also our largest event where we are able to connect with the community, do some outreach and education, and get people to learn a little bit about what we do every day in a fun and engaging way. Folks, kind of learn a lot from us about contamination of waste streams, about our parks, but being out in nature and getting to do it is a great way for people to feel connected to us. Every year we have a theme. This year, we looked at building a brighter future. Last year, of course, we went back to the 70s. This year, we're going back to the future. Part of that for us is making sure that we are highlighting the things that people can do every day. So doing reuse, reducing, repairing, and reinventing. And so our activities throughout the day will highlight that. We'll be able to have our partners and ourselves there to share a little bit about ways that folks can get connected. Of course, like Brian said, our event doesn't start just day of. We've kind of had this month-long campaign. Part of it is bringing back our passport to sustainability. The Passport is an event that people can do pre-Earth Day, where they get to participate, educate, and cultivate through a series of different events, surveys, getting out and doing some hands-on visiting, and getting points for that they can then redeem for environmentally and sustainable prizes. And can we start the Passport? We're going to show this off because I have to thank Yancy and Stephanie and Chelsea for every year building this better and better. We get so many just compliments and people getting excited about this. How it works is people can log in to the Passport. They choose the activity that they would like to participate in. They complete it and they send in either a photo or that they have completed it in through the website. Should we try let's do an activity. Well, we won't do an activity, but we'll pretend we're doing an activity. We can see, and oh yes, and we get a leaderboard, which if you love gamification and or you're competitive, this might be a Passport for you. So.
And then these are completed activities.
Yes. So already we have a lot of completed activities. These are, we have both two sets. One is a regular Passport, and then we have a kid's Passport, which is a little more geared down for the smaller people in our life who can still get to do it. Right before Earth Day, we've had 91 activities completed.
You designed that kid's Passport just for me, right?
That is,
Yeah.
and we will even include an extra tutorial about water bottles and water bottle
Perfect.
stickers. So, but those are hardy once you get them on. As Commissioner Bethel sees, once you wash them, they're not coming off. They're a pretty
Yeah, they're nice,
tough sticker.
kind of like a vinyl sticker
Yep.
instead of a paper sticker.
So we made them hardy so they last this year. Again, if you can see the scavenger hunts at the local park, we're just looking for things to get people engaged.
A tree with green leaves.
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely do the scavenger hunt. That's how easy it is. I'm just saying.
So,
That's all I can see on that list, but
But if you're in the canyon, it's
rock
hard to
bigger than
find.
your hand.
maybe not in the canyon, but
If you're in the
our
canyon,
park.
it's hard to find a green tree.
There's some in the RV park.
I'm teasing.
So that is our Passport. Again, the other piece that is great for this, can we do the RSVP on here? This has been really fun for us to see this grow every year. We have an RSVP system of people who are planning on coming to kind of give us a little bit of a hint. So far, 230 yoinks.
You should have a little box that says who's coming for the ice cream.
Well, I feel like everyone is coming for the ice cream. The rest of it is all bonus for that, but
Yeah.
definitely. We won't lie, people do love doing our scavenger hunts. They love talking to our partners. But the baby goats and the ice cream sometimes just steal
Does
the
Smokey
show.
the Bear come to this activity? And if not, we should make that happen.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
My husband, when he used to work fires in Idaho, was actually Smokey on every parade. So I may voluntold
We do have
him
children that
next
watch
year.
this show.
He's getting voluntold next year. So
That's great.
perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
So this is a great event. We are looking forward to seeing again. We have people who have come the second year, have told us they're going to be there the third year. We're starting to see new community members, but then we kind of also are getting friends that are supportive of environmental services and the things we do. So with that, unless you have any questions, we would love to get the proclamation kicked off.
Great. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I move to approve a proclamation designating April 22nd, 2024 as Earth Day in Marion County.
I'll second the motion.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All right.
All right, before the Board of Commissioners for Marion County in the matter of proclaiming April 22nd, 2024 as Earth Day in Marion County. This matter came before the Marion County Board of Commissioners at its regularly scheduled public meeting on April 17th, 2024 to proclaim April 22nd, 2024 as Earth Day in Marion County. Whereas Earth Day was first celebrated on April 22nd, 1970 with the goal of inspiring and appreciation of our nation's natural resources through conservation and protection. And
Whereas the celebration of this day marks an annual review of and commitment to the principles of that first Earth Day. Whereas Marion County is blessed with a wealth of bountiful woodlands and waterways, often most visibly showcased in our parks, and other public lands that enrich the lives of both residents and visitors alike, providing irreplaceable habitat for countless flora, fauna, sustainable natural resources, and many scenic recreational opportunities. And
Whereas special Earth Day events are offered to encourage residents to identify what they can personally do to protect the environment and make Marion County a cleaner and greener place to live and work. Now, therefore, we, the Marion County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim April 22nd, 2024 as Earth Day. We encourage all citizens to become engaged in their local communities and join efforts to help maintain and improve Marion County's urban and rural environments. Dated at Salem, Oregon, the 17th day of April 2024. Okay, we will come down for a photo and
Thank you.
want the rest of your team to join you up here? Shy.
hello, we're in time today. I'm impressed.
It's not green.
I know, it's not green. I got that memo.
Nancy, we come over here, balance this out. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'll scoot over.
all right. Turn sideways in.
Can't do it a little bit closer like you like each other.
Dennis, call it.
Oh, my
Is this one
God.
supposed to be something?
Mine
Squeeze it a
comes
little
up.
like,
That's good. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Earth Day, yay. I'm gonna miss it this year.
It's a national event, so.
perform it while he's driving to California.
Oh, yeah. It'll be Earth Day even in California. It'll be my last trip. Okay. Those two wonderful things are done, and we will move on to our consent calendar. And we did already make a motion to add the hazard mitigation grant. So,
Okay, I'll try to do it.
sure.
Mr. Chair, I move the consent agenda. Under Health and Human Services, approve the contract for services with Insight Agency for Change LLC in the amount of $169,290 to provide suicide prevention and intervention training through March 31st, 2027. Under Public Works, schedule final consideration to adopt an administrative ordinance for April 24th, 2024 for zone change, case number 23-003, LJS Property Management LLC. Received the hearings officer decision granting zone change, case number 23-004, Fresh Shore Holdings LLC and DKG Holdings LLC, and approved the incoming funds grant agreement with the Oregon Department of Emergency Management for hazard mitigation grant program funds in the amount of $252,630 for the City of Jefferson Fire District Generator Project, retroactive to June 6, 2023 through October 31st, 2025.
I second the motion.
Yeah, motion and second on the consent calendar. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the consent calendar, say aye.
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 Aye, all right. First item under action, under Public Works, consider approval of a purchase order with Peterson Machinery in the amount of $500,000 to provide parts and service repairs for heavy equipment owned by Marion County through April 14, 2027.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Do you want to lift the microphone up a little?
Good, yeah.
And I'm just totally curious. This is the first time I've ever worn a tie to your job?
No.
No.
Why is it crooked?
No, it looks great. I normally when I see you, you're not in ties.
No, that's been a common comment today. Michael Pierce, Fleet Supervisor, Public Works.
And I'm Dennis Mansfield, Deputy Public Works Director here at Public Works. Commissioners, appreciate your time this morning. Before you is a contract purchase order for consider approval. We are utilizing a nationwide cooperative source well. That cooperative number is 11723-CAT. This contract goes through April 14, 2027. So we're requesting approval of a purchase order of $500,000 through April 14, 2027. With that, I'll turn it back over to Michael to give some insight as to what we use this purchase order for.
Thank you, Dennis.
So we have approximately 16 pieces of Caterpillar equipment, primarily used by our Environmental Services Department. Various equipment such as bulldozers, loaders, backhoes, things of that nature. We use Peterson Machinery for the purpose of purchasing parts as well as to assist with the continual successful operation of our Caterpillar assets. As it pertains to parts, Caterpillar does make proprietary parts that can only be sourced from an authorized Caterpillar dealer. In reference to the continual successful operation of our Caterpillar assets, our fleet shop's infrastructure is primarily designed for the service, maintenance, mechanical repair of our county assets. When circumstances arise outside of that scope of capability, we utilize outside sources for assistance. When it comes to Caterpillar type assets, Peterson Machinery is our resource, and they are a resource for both. So.
With that, it is staff's recommendation to consider approval of the contract PO for a total of $500,000 through April 14th, 2027. Open to any questions you might have.
Yeah, just to clarify, this is up to, right?
Up to,
It's an up
correct.
to amount.
Yes,
so that-
correct.
Yeah, for the next 3 years. Yeah. Questions?
None.
Just a comment, I was been thinking, I don't think ties are the most appropriate attire when you're working on vehicles, so that's probably why he doesn't. wear them that
Absolutely.
much.
That's an accurate statement. I'm a gray, navy blue kind of guy normally.
It's like capes and superheroes, the bad thing.
Basically.
Are you ready for a motion?
I will take a motion.
All right, I move to approve the purchase order with Peterson Machinery in the amount of $500,000 to provide parts and service repairs for heavy equipment owned by Marion County through April 14th, 2027.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. You know, thank you for this work. And, you know, we don't even think sometimes about all this stuff, right? It just happens. And so appreciate the work that you do to keep our equipment in good shape and keep it running. And, you know, we heard a story this week about I I think it was Scott, or maybe it was last week, about the new paving, or the chip seal machine, and how they didn't have any breakdowns because we had the right equipment out there this year. So it really makes for efficiency in what we do to serve the public, so thank you.
Well, thank you. I'm sure my team is very appreciative to hear stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Can I just, since Dennis is here and speaking of things that just happened, this morning at like 5 a.m., I saw a Facebook post that the dump is open early.
Yes, yes, it is, yes.
I know I'm not supposed to call it the dump. I know Brian's not here, but for the commissioner over here, it's how much, it was supposed to be closed for an additional period of time.
Yeah, they expected up to 3 weeks, but they got it done in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so noted. The dump's open. I just noticed somebody was on their way to Albany, and then someone said, no, Skirts is open.
Under promise, over deliver.
Yeah,
right?
so
Good.
for people who have been complaining, it's back open.
Yeah.
Well done to the team who made that
Thank you.
happen.
All right, thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
You know, we have one item for the sheriff. This is the Public Works Show today.
I know.
I'm gonna ask, huh?
There's actually
Is
2
there two?
items for the sheriff's office.
And we have several people here. Are you okay, Ryan? Yeah. And ask for unanimous consent we could skip to item 10 and 11, so that sheriff can
Approved.
move on.
No objection
Good?
over here.
All right. So our next item that we're going to cover is item number 10 under Sheriff's Office. Consider approval of amendment number 4 to the purchase order of Correct RX Pharmacy Services, Inc. to add $150,000 for a new purchase order total of $965,996.83 to provide pharmaceutical services to adults in custody at the Marion County Jail through June 30th, 2024.
Good morning, Commissioners. Lieutenant Jacob Ramsey with the Sheriff's Office, and here to request approval of an amendment to our pharmaceutical contract. So we provide pharmaceuticals for approximately 415 adults in custody at the Marion County Jail. Over the last, well, it's been trending upwards for pretty much 5 years now, but the population that we serve in the jail, they're an unhealthy population, and we're required to provide medical care for them, which includes pharmaceuticals, and it has become fairly expensive. It really differs from month to month who's in custody, depending on what medical issues they have. It really fluctuates up and down depending on the pharmaceuticals that we have to provide them.
Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Commissioner.
So the, I don't know what y'all call this, the cover sheet submission says the adults in custody are needing more medical care. So is it just you have a larger quantity of people, or is there additional types of medical treatment that we're now needing to provide?
I would say it's more additional types of medical treatment. We have, our adults in custody are staying in the jail longer than normal. So different problems arise as they stay in there longer.
Do you want to give us just a few examples as to what kind of treatment and care we generally provide? Most people have no idea what goes on in a jail unless they've been in there.
So, man, it really, so we had an adult in custody here not too long ago that had to go to dialysis.
Okay.
So we had some kidney issues. Now, I'm not sure how that related exactly to pharmaceuticals, but our mental health population, we give a lot of mental health medications out there. And then for those individuals that come in that may have HIV, those medications are very expensive.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Great. Commissioner, you want to make a motion?
I would make a motion, yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve amendment number 4 to the purchase order with Correct RX Pharmacy Services Incorporated to add $150,000 for a new purchase order total of $965,996.83 to provide pharmaceutical services to adults in custody at the Marion County Jail through June 30th, 2024.
I second the motion.
We got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
I do actually have one final question for you, if that's okay. Who you're not a licensed medical provider. Who oversees this system in our jail?
The medications. So the Oregon Board of Pharmacy kind of oversees and certifies our area in the jail where we keep the pharmacies, but our contracted doctor as well is
Okay.
in part with that.
And the nurses, are they the ones passing the medications?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Thank you. All right, and another famous lieutenant is going to come up and talk to us about Amendment Number 1 to the intergovernmental agreement with Chemeketa Community College to add $123,263.27 to a new contract total of $510,610.46 for the SOAR program, and that will go through June 30th of 2025. Oh, the undersheriff is here. The famous undersheriff and the, who's going first?
I will. Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, Jay Bergman, Undersheriff. We're here to ask for an amendment to our contract with Chemeketa Community College for our for our SOAR program. With me, I have.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Anna Jefferson. I'm the Program Lieutenant for Marion County Sheriff's Office, Community Corrections Division.
And Lieutenant Jefferson will be doing our presentation, but I'm here available for questions when she's done.
Okay, so I'm here today seeking approval of Amendment Number 1 to the IGA with Chemeketa Community College. This additional funding would add a SOAR staff member to the 24-25 fiscal year. And if I briefly may speak a little bit about the SOAR program, it's a collaboration between the Marion County Sheriff's Office, Chemeketa Community College, and Marion County Health and Human Services. And since the inception of SOAR in 2010, we've had 887 individuals participating with an overall graduation rate of 56.8. And last year, we had our first female cohort, SOAR 43, with a graduation rate of 61.9. And as part of SOAR, our clients are considered students of Chemeketa Community College. And the Sheriff's Office chooses the evidence-based curriculum that is being taught, and some of the classes are cognitive restructuring, pro-social skill building, employment assistance, and referrals to social and educational services. And our staff is really dedicated to help people re-enter our community. And we actually recently had a program evaluation by Department of Corrections, and we scored an overall 81%. So we're very proud of that. So here if you have any questions.
Well, Commissioner Bethel, did you hear what she said about the first all-female graduation? You were there, weren't you? You spoke.
Yeah, and I was very assertive about making it happen.
Yeah, thank you. I know, that's why I wanted to point
Yeah, I
that
heard
out.
her. I'm multitasking, but I listened to what she said. In fact, I met with the sheriff, Undersheriff, Lieutenant Jefferson, and Commander Bergman about 2 weeks ago about this contract and SOAR to just understand further about our system of how the program operates, what our expectations are, to understand some of the data. I think it's important that as commissioners, we keep a pulse on the things that we are deploying out in the community. And for me, recidivism, as it is for both of you, is super important. And Anna was very generous with her time previous to the meeting, bringing in a fair amount of data, proving to me that this program is worth this investment and more. And I'm grateful for the work that she does and the oversight that she provides on site at Chemeketa and in partnership with our health team. Terry Morgan from the health department also participates in this for the mental health side of the addiction side of things. And I just think we have a great collaborative cohort of invested county employees in the lives of these individuals that really impacts our community in a really great way. When we talk about 887 graduates, if you can think about the ripple effect of the families in that space, I'm sure there's some math number you could do to get to a finite, but for me it's a lot of people, and it really matters. So I'm glad you're doing it.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
I know I was there for the last graduation. It's always good to go out there and see that. And I was listening to you multitasking. I was thinking, how we do our our annual Second Chance Breakfast. It'd be kind of cool if we could coordinate that with SOAR graduation someday, maybe. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Got 400 people watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Anyways, all right, we'll take a motion.
We've just been challenged. I move to approve amendment number 1 to the intergovernmental agreement with Schenectady Community College to add $123,263.27 for a new contract total of $510,610.46 to provide student opportunity for achieving results program services to community corrections clients through June 30th, 2025.
I second the motion.
Yeah, motion second. Any further discussion? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Ann.
work.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sheriff.
All right, so we will move back to item number 7, and it's the Public Works Ryan Show. We've got 3 in a row.
Yep.
And this first item is to consider approval of a construction contract with Brown Contracting, Inc. I'm not going to go through the whole detail because we're going to read it later. So, Ryan, welcome.
Thank you. For the record, Ryan Cruther, Marion County Public Works Capital Projects Manager. And let me get the slideshow going. As you said, we're here to talk about our Elma Avenue, Four Corners Elementary Safe Routes to School project, and we've bid the project, so this is a construction contract with Brown Contracting Incorporated. So the project's located in Northeast Salem. It's kind of near the intersection of Lancaster and Highway 22. You can see here on the map, it's just east of Lancaster. Project will span between the Four Corners Elementary School and State Street. So the existing conditions you can see in these photos, there's limited sidewalks, pedestrian facilities, and then there is a well-used crossing on State Street at the end of Elma Avenue. So our project scope includes constructing new sidewalks, 5-foot sidewalks, ADA compliant curb ramps, which will allow ADA users and students to get up onto those walkways. And then we're going to install a rectangular rapid flashing beacon, which you can see that left photo is what we're looking at on State Street at the end of Elma. So that will facilitate safety for those students crossing State Street. And then finally, traffic calming devices. We're looking at putting in the first speed cushions that we have done since I've been here. And that's that right photo. You can see it's kind of like a larger speed bump. It has cut-throughs so that emergency vehicles can drive through it without hitting those speed bumps. But it will slow traffic in front of the school. And then signage and pavement markings as needed. All right, this was a Safe Routes to School grant project we were awarded. So we have $380,000 in Safe Routes to School funding. We also estimate spending $56,379 in county funding for a total bid of $436,379. Construction, our contractor is not allowed to take a travel lane until June when school is out. So they could start work before then, but they are not allowed to impact traffic until the school lets out, and then they're allowed to take a lane during the summer. And so that is the big points on this contract. With that, do you have any questions?
What'd you call it? Speed cushion?
Speed cushion.
All right. Speed cushion. They put one in, on Cummings up in Kaiser.
Yeah.
They don't have those cut-throughs for emergency vehicles. There's no way. So.
They're going airborne like Dukes of Hazzard when they're heading through.
Yeah, it's
The sheriff's still in the audience. He just
if you don't know
like
it's,
that?
if you don't know it's there, you got a problem coming. It's one of those big ones like that, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't there. I think they just put it in last year because I go that way to my daughter and my grandson's house a lot.
Well, we replace the rigs a lot because they go fast, they go slow really fast, and then they go really fast again. And so we're always replacing rigs so that way they don't go airborne.
And for transparency, it's built for the larger wheelbases of, say, fire trucks, and not the small police cruisers, or else.
He didn't mean all emergency cruisers. He only meant fire.
Yeah.
Also, if you're driving at the approved speed limit that's clearly posted on a sign, you should be just fine.
If you're going code 3, that's not a thing.
No, Ryan, Cummings is 25 miles an hour when you turn off River Road going, this is Kaiser, so I'm always worried about Kaiser. Never mind, don't. And it's 25 miles an hour, and I will set my cruise control at 26, right? See if I pull me over at 26.
They won't.
But if I hit that bump at 26 miles an hour, I got to slow down to like 10 to get over that without.
Yeah, it's
jerking
pretty
something.
high.
Yeah.
It's a pretty high rise,
Yeah.
and it's a wide on purpose because there's a
I'm
bunch of
glad
hoodlums live back there, and they need to be slowing down.
I'm glad we're doing it. It's great, especially in front of a school where people really have to slow down. So appreciate it. Okay. I'll take a motion, Commissioner.
All right, now that we know all about your driving habits. Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the construction contract with Brown Contracting Incorporated, the amount of $436,379, of which the state will fund an estimated $380,000 and the county will fund an estimated $56,379 to construct upgrades to existing pedestrian facilities for the Safe Routes to Schools Four Corners Elementary Alma Avenue project through October 11th, 2025.
I second the motion.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
I do, Mr. Chair. I just want to say again this year that I think the Safe Routes to School program is flawed and it discriminates against our rural communities. I just want to make sure that's on the record again, and I'm going to keep saying it till it gets fixed.
All right. And the only thing I'll add is a comment. You don't know all about all my driving habits.
Thank God.
Okay. All right. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All right. Ryan, you're up again. Consider approval of construction contract with Farline Bridge, Inc.
All right, thank you again. For the record, Ryan Cruther, Marion County Public Works Capital Projects Manager.
And for the record, Andrew Johnson, Environmental Services Operations Supervisor.
All right, and we're here to talk to you about our Browns Island Bridge contract with Farline Bridge Incorporated. So this project's located near the Browns Island, or at the Browns Island landfill at the access road into the site. So this is a failing culvert where the culvert hasn't failed yet, but we want to provide a bridge that spans over the culvert because it's not structurally supporting the vehicles that travel over it. So we've had our bridge engineers design a bridge that will span that culvert and be able to be built without impacting the waterway. So our project budget and schedule, our low bid was Farline Bridge Incorporated at $332,516. Our funding is coming from the County Environmental Services, which Andrew can talk more about if you have questions. And our construction schedule, we have it in the contract to have this completed by June 30th. This is impacting the use of the landfill, so we have a very short construction window. With that, I'd open it up to any questions you have.
You didn't show the most exciting picture. Like, this place is closed because you can't drive in there because there's a giant hole. I mean, the culvert's not technically failing, but the road is.
Mm-hmm. And a portion of the culvert has definitely failed.
Yeah.
It's the portion that we're driving over that's still standing. We just don't want to put the heavy trucks to drive in and out of that landfill on it.
Absolutely. I wouldn't even drive my Suburban over it right now. Like, good luck to all you who are trying.
All right.
Okay.
Any questions for him?
Nope.
Otherwise, we'll take a motion.
I move to approve the construction contract with Farline Bridge in the amount of $332,516 for the construction of a bridge at the Browns Island demolition landfill through June 30th, 2025.
I second the motion.
In a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Okay. And last item, number 9, consider approval of construction contract with Farline Bridge again.
All right, my last one. So again, for the record, Ryan Cruther, Marion County Capital Projects. So this project is our Hazel Green Road Bridge. It spans the Pudding River, and again, we are looking at a contract with Farline Bridge. These are low bid contracts, so we got multiple bids. Farline was the low bid on both. I'm gonna put that out there up front. So our project's located between Salem and Silverton on Hazel Green Road. You can see here it's by the old dairy. I'm not sure exactly what the name of that dairy is, but many people kind of recognize that
Mallory's
location.
Dairy.
I believe it's Mallory. Okay,
Yep.
Perfect. So it's by Mallory's Dairy. It's the area that gets inundated during flood events and when there's a lot of water in that river. So our project scope is to replace this bridge in full with a new bridge that meets all current standards. We are going to also realign Torvind Road, which is just to the west of the bridge. Right now it is close to the bridge. When we put a new bridge in, it gets longer than the existing bridge, which impacts that intersection. The other thing that allows us to do is realign that intersection so that it comes in at 90 degrees, which from a traffic perspective is better than what it is now, which is a skewed intersection. And then finally, we're going to construct approach guardrails and any of the other work that comes with building a bridge of this size. One of the things I want to add there, because this is a full bridge replacement, it will be a full closure of Hazel Green Road during construction. You can see here our construction schedule requires reopening of Hazel Green Road by October 31st of 2024. We also have interim milestones, and one of those being reopening Torvind Road by, and I'm going to actually pop open, so June 30th is when Torvind Road is required to be reopened by. So the contractor needs to get that work done and that realignment done early in the construction project so that we reduce impact to the neighboring properties.
Great.
And then finally, all of the work has to be done by November 30th of 2024.
So they're gonna be able to realign
How fast?
that road in like 60 days?
It is going to be something they're gonna have to move very quickly on.
Okay.
But there
Wow.
are liquidated damages if they don't meet that schedule.
Good. I mean, when we talked about this in management update, I was concerned about harvest and the flow of, all the things that, I know that they're not gonna get to over the bridge, but it's great that they're gonna have that access road.
Where will Hazel Green be closed at? Is it right there in front of the intersection?
So once Torvind is reopened, it would be closed right in front of the intersection. There is a very complicated and in-depth detour map where we're going to give advanced warning, so you won't get all the way to the bridge before knowing the road is closed. But yeah, the hard closure where you won't be able to go any further then would be at that intersection.
Okay. But the neighbors that live right on this side of the pudding will be able to get to their house.
On the west side?
Yeah.
They'll be able to get to their house throughout construction. We have done, so like our Silverton Road Bridge project, they maintain access for those residents through construction. It may be with a temporary rocked surface or aggregate surface versus a asphalt road, but we will always maintain access to those homes.
Good.
That's great. Thanks for the extra attention on that.
Yeah. So Farline Bridge bid this project at $3,824,332 dollars. It is a federally funded project. I started my next sentence too early there. So it's a federally funded project through the local bridge program. So we estimate the federal funding at $3,431,573, and our county funding at $39,000. I added an extra number here, obviously.
It looks like it's 392,000. It's just a comma placement error.
Is that what-
$392,750.
There we go.
$9 is what you have, but our dollar is a little different by
Perfect.
10 cents. But either way.
Yep, and I somehow I screwed up the formatting on that one.
No worries.
So
You've heard us try to read these numbers on the record every week since you've
First
been here,
mistake
so
you've
whatever.
ever made, Ryan.
So, yeah, with that, do you have any questions?
He's like, "Make the motion, please."
All right. Commissioner, would you like to make that motion?
I'd be happy to.
Good luck on the math. Just kidding. It's correct in the thing I looked.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the construction contract of Farline Bridge Incorporated in the amount of $3,824,332, in which the federal government will fund an estimated $3,431,573.10. Don't forget the 10 cents. And the county will fund an estimated $392,758.90 for the construction of Hazel Green Road Northeast, Pudding River Bridge project through January 31st, 2026.
I second the motion.
In a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Right. Thanks for being patient and allowing the sheriff's department to go in front of you, Ryan.
No, I appreciate it. It was great to actually hear what they said. So
I know,
it was
sometimes you
good.
guys miss out on the other work because of the alphabet. We could work on that. Throw a lottery up there and see
The
how.
alphabet, we can work on the alphabet.
Well, we should work on the alphabet, but just on how the order of our agenda. Have a good day.
All right. And that concludes our business for the day. Any comments before we adjourn?
What are you doing tonight? You were talking about it off the record.
Oh, it's the North Tourism.
North Marion County Tourism Collaborative.
They're meeting at
Wooden
the
Shoe.
They're at the Wooden Shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going up there.
The Tulip Festival's going on, people.
Yeah.
Go get your shoes dirty and
I
check out
have
the
not
flowers.
been.
That's a good idea.
I have not been, and then I think I'm going to try to find a time to go back again. So we'll see.
I was gonna go this weekend. I was super excited, and then I was like, this morning I had a reminder. I'm headed out of town I'm going to the RDI
That's
conference.
Kennewick or somewhere.
I'm going
right?
to Kennewick, yeah. I've never been there before, so it'll be a nice drive, hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe next week.
All right. Anything else?
No.
Council? All right. We will adjourn.